Hello everyone. Today we will be covering about microprofile OpenAPI. So in the previous chapters, we already implemented a catalog microservice, which is for storing product details. Now we will be adding OpenAPI documentation. So in any microservices, to have a reliable contract, you need a description which is describing the endpoints, request parameters, response structures, authentication requirements, and various error handling and success scenarios. Earlier, it was known as Swagger. So I have implemented it here in the code example. This is available in the official MicroProfile example. And if I have within the folder chapter 04, and within this there is a microservice which is within the project called catalog. Now in this catalog we have the required project file. So you see here form configuration. So let me build this. To build this you need mvn clean package command. This will compile the project, it will build, and it will package the var files for this particular project, which we will be executing in a microprofile compatible runtime. So right now I'm executing it with Open Liberty application server, which is compliant to Jakarta EE 10 and microprofile 7.1 version. So now this is successfully compiled, built, and you see here there is a var which is also being generated. Now this we can deploy. So to deploy this, I have to run this command mvn liberty run. This will execute the microservice. We can also run mvn liberty dev to run this microservice within development mode if you want to debug. But right now I want to demonstrate the OpenAPI features. So it is now compiling, building, and running the application. Now you see here, this is the code. We will be demonstrating MicroProfile 4.1, and it is based on OpenAPI version 3.1 specification, which is from API, and the latest version of the specification is 3.1. MicroProfile OpenAPI 4.1 adds support for OpenAPI version 3.1. So now you will see that we will see the documentation. It contains various features which includes support for JSON schema. It also includes various features for documentation. It supports validation, and it supports U2U in a while. So you see here the default server is ready to run. So the application has started successfully. Now XML, we have the application running on HTTP port 5050. So to launch this, I will open this port, the server in the browser window. And now you should know that OpenAPI documentation and OpenAPI contract will be available in the base URL. So here OpenAPI UI will have the Swagger UI, which is the interactive documentation and dynamic documentation generated from the annotations of the source code. So let me open that. Just a minute, let me try again. So here I go, I open it in the browser, and without so you see here I have the OpenAPI documentation. It says catalog service. It has various metadata. I have made it more verbose because I want to demonstrate various features. So I've listed all the features which are available as part of the latest OpenAPI version 3.1. These features include full JSON schema support based on the latest 2020-12 validation. It includes regex, regular expression, string based validation, and it includes numeric constraints. So minimum, maximum, exclusive minimum, exclusive maximum. So these all features have been demonstrated in the source code. So this is about the header describing about the service, and you have a list of features here. So to test this, you can see here there is the server configuration at the top. You have the authorization configuration, so where you can specify the authentication mechanism, whether you want to use API key or you want to use bearer token. So these different methods are supported. So you get the per API or at the server level, all these documentation about what kind of token or authentication mechanism is required. Now you see here there is a microservice get products. This will list all the products. So all these description is coming from the annotations. So let me demonstrate this because you will see that in the product resource service, I have used the annotation, and which is generating this documentation. So you see here, get all products, retrieves a list of products. So these are the description, and then you have description about the responses all within the annotation, appropriate annotation. So here, all this is coming up in the this documentation. It's a kind of a portal where you can try out the various methods of the microservice. So here you see the documentation, you see the response format, including the code for success and error, and what are the descriptions of these responses, along with the example responses as well. So I can run this code now because now the application is running on the server. So when I click on try it out button, there is an execute button. This is the response which has been received from the server. So this is about the documentation, OpenAPI documentation. Let me take a screenshot of this for our future reference. So all the APIs are documented in OpenAPI here. This can also be very important for developers because in order to build a client, you need details about authentication, what the token values, what kind of token you need. So all these details are available based on the annotations. All the annotations have been described well in the tutorial. So refer that for further understanding of this specification. And not only you can try get method, you can try the post methods, you can try various other methods as well. I have included examples where I'm making call to asynchronous methods as well. So there are best practices for documenting webhook style APIs as well. So all that has been shared in this tutorial, and this you can execute and see it in action. So most important part which you should understand is this OpenAPI documentation. This is Swagger file. Earlier it was known as Swagger. Now since it has been run as an open source project under Linux Foundation, this includes documentation of the API. So this is the space where I can put documentation about microservice, about various important information. For example, what is the version of the API? If I want to mention the development context, I can mention that, and then I can put the server details, authentication detail. Then there are various endpoints which are described here. So you see that get all products API. This is fully documented here, and you can execute these endpoints with the help of try it out button. So let me also take a screenshot here of try it out because this is very convenient way of testing the methods. Otherwise you can use curl command, get commands you can run in the browser, but other commands like put, post, patch, delete, and head, and all that other types of HTTP methods you can't run directly from the browser. Either you use curl command uh, through the terminal window, or you use uh, tools like Postman, which is not that convenient because you have to find out the collections and the documentation is not there. So here, not only you have the execution environment, you also have the documentation of how to run these code, because you have the examples. You can try it out post method as well. So let me put this JSON and create a new product. So here you see here there are some values which are already defined. I will put this and then I can say execute. So this will create a new product in the backend server. So you see here iPhone 15 Pro. This particular call is 201, which says it's created successfully. So yeah, here you see, and you see the response also. You can run the post APIs. I can also update. So again, I can click on the try it out button. I can say what ID I want to modify, and if the price has increased, so to 109, say 5.99, I can also update this, and then update and then call the get. You should see the new new price updated. So this is all about using this Swagger UI. Now let me show you another important thing, which is the OpenAPI contract. So if I just say OpenAPI, this will give me a YAML file which describes the entire microservice. So here this is the OpenAPI contract. I can just take a screenshot of it, and also I can copy this just for my reference and using it for further documentation. So here you see we have the description of the components, and you have a description of various microservices. You have the description of different model objects. So everything which you see from which you see in the Swagger UI. Let me again open this in a new tab. So everything which is visible in the Swagger UI is generated from the YAML file, which is an OpenAPI specification contract. So here you see here there are various objects and various data types defined in this microservices. So you have all these data types defined, and based on whatever validations I'm giving, this is also available here. So you see here this not only just have the model, but it describes the model in detail, like this ID for the product has to be an integer. This is a read-only field, and its value should be greater than or equal to 1. Then we have the name. Name should be 1 to 100 characters, and it should match this particular format, which is a regular expression format. So this is using the latest feature of OpenAPI JSON schema. So here even the if less than 500 characters, the description is set. You have the price also set. So here all these definition, which is so detailed definition about even the validations, about the ranges of the values each of the field can have, is available here for a reference for other developers or stakeholders, which could be architects or product managers, and you can have kind of an API first development. So you see here all these examples are very detailed, and it covers almost all the features which are available in OpenAPI or MicroProfile OpenAPI 4.1 specification. So this specification or the Swagger UI is very useful because it could be used by the SDKs, which would generate client code in different languages, or it could be used by automated testing tools or frameworks. And as I demonstrated, this is a very good developer portal which demonstrate execution of various REST APIs. So it not only just documents the APIs, it also documents about the security mechanics, the data schemas. So it's very useful portal, and we can do definitely contract first testing here. Even this Swagger file could be utilized by API gateways for doing policy implementation because it has each and every details about the microservice. So if rate limiting has to be applied, for example, that can be documented, and there could be a field which could be created. So OpenAPI is also extensible. We can create custom fields, and based on these custom fields, we can have the tools taking some action. For example, as I said about rate limiting, which we can document through annotations in our code, and then API gateways can pick it up and apply. So very useful framework. Now let me show you so I have shown you the OpenAPI contract. This is the raw file, but this is rendered in Swagger UI for use and for convenience of developers and stakeholders. And to use this, we have a compile time dependency, which is MicroProfile OpenAPI. I'll show that in the POM file also. So in the POM file of the project, you will see that I have included, this is all the REST services are built using Java EE or Jakarta EE, and then we have the MicroProfile 7.1, which is providing the OpenAPI specification. So now coming to, we have a tag annotation which groups related documentation. Then we have an operation annotation which provides details about various endpoints, their purpose. Then we have API response which describes the API response. We have content and a schema. So these other annotations define different aspects of your API. So let me show you the other examples. Say for example, here there is a content annotation which specifies the media type. So media type and the structure of the payload. So the data model we can describe here. So there is a schema data type as well. All these are various features from JSON validation. So you have JSON schema support in OpenAPI. So here we have, this is something which is Open Liberty configuration file. So here we have this particular configuration which says that, okay, you scan all the classes and generate OpenAPI documentation. So these are some of the features. I have also demonstrated custom model reader. We can enhance the model. We can have some filters and extension defined. This is also demonstrated. Now, in addition to this YAML file, I can also say I want format equal to JSON, and then I will get, instead of YAML, a JSON document of the entire schema. So you see here, this is the JSON of OpenAPI specification. So exactly same YAML translation to JSON. So this completes the tutorial and how to execute the code, and hope you liked the feature and you understood exactly the capabilities of Swagger or OpenAPI and how this is supported in our microservices, which are built using my microprofile framework. So it makes OpenAPI implementation very simple. Developers just have to remember these annotations and use annotations in their code as they are writing their business logic, and this ensures that this is always in sync because your code and the documentation is in the same place. You don't need separate documentation or wikis, and which may get outdated very quickly. So this adds a lot of convenience, and it also provides very good way to test your APIs, understand how they work, and tools can also generate uh, mock or client SDKs from your REST APIs. So it also provides a standardization, and definitely you can also document the security authentication mechanism which is required for your application. So here I will show you how is the security configuration documented. So this is a security scheme, and there are various security schemes supported. So for all of these, I've included here the specification or the policies, but you should understand OpenAPI do not implement security policies, it only documents them. So this is your documentation. So first you have to implement the security in your microservices, and then you can document them. So that's it. So I've shown you the code for each and every feature, and I've also shown you how to run it and demonstrated the output of this. Thank you.